What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Adrian, the problem Broner. Adrian Broner signs with BLK Prime Boxing. The newest promotional outfit in town has secured its second highest profile boxer in less than a week. Former 4-division titleist Adrian Broner has officially signed with BLK Prime Boxing, the platform formally announced during the press conference on Tuesday afternoon. Broner joins the upstart outfit just 4 days after it was confirmed that the 3-division reigning WBO welterweight titleist Terrence Crawford would headline the company's first major pay-per-view. "This is a special time for me," Broner said during the brief announcement. "I'd like to thank God. I had my ups and downs in the sport. God always finds a way to give me another chance to take what I want to give or to take. I want to give my man a shout out to my man Desmond. I call him my Uncle Desmond, the CEO of BLK Prime. I want to thank him for this opportunity. I think with my brand about billions, with BLK Prime, we're going to take over boxing and reach heights that's never been done before." The announcement did not include a fight date for Broner. It was confirmed that he will not appear on the December 10th pay-per-view, headlined by Crawford in the title defense against David Avanesian from Shy Health Center in Crawford's hometown of Omaha, Nebraska. Cincinnati's Broner has not fought since a 12-round unanimous decision win over Giovanni Santiago last February 20th. Okay, let me counterpunch. I think at this point, we've been hearing Adrian, and I think Adrian Broner is a kind of outspoken individual. He's been talking shit at Al Haymon. He's been charging Al Haymon up, threatening Al Haymon, to bluffing Al Haymon to give him more money. He wants $10 million. He wants that money. So I guess he hasn't got that money. So of course he's going to BLK Prime. But what strikes me as odd, the BLK, he said, "I look at him like an uncle, I call him my Uncle Desmond." So I don't know who Desmond is, I think that whatever reason, they must have had to promise Adrian Broner a significant amount of money. The only question I have, is like, why is he going with BLK versus other outfits like the Zone? Because he could have made $7 million like Mikey Garcia, maybe, at least 3 or 4, he would have got some kind of guaranteed on his money. So that would have been a contract worth fulfilling. But then again, we don't know what BLK is giving him. So he may have $7 or $8 million, signing bonus or whatever, and it may be beneficial for him to go there. But we do know who the pioneer was, and it was Terrence Crawford. And Terrence Crawford, of course, has had a brief taste with PBC, and I don't think he's really liked them. Because see, Terrence Crawford is not accustomed to not having guaranteed money up front. That's what he's used to. So regardless of the racist Bob Arum or whatever, however he feels about Bob Arum gave him money up front because he had to. The money was secured. That's why Bob was talking shit, because, he had to give up the money, but the money was there. So Terrence Crawford is in a new situation where he has found himself playing back and forth with these guys that seem to not have any cash. Okay, and then Adrian Broner going over there is just evident more of that. It just shows well, damn, dude, hell, I guess they don't have the money, because more and more people leave PBC, Showtime, Al Haymon, and sign with other outfits that should tell you everything you need to know. They don't do it in droves because I think a lot of fighters are brainwashed, and I think a lot of fighters are in some type of weird contract that they can't get out of, and a lot of them are convinced that that's a so-called minority outfit, because the narrative is, hey, stay with Al Haymon because he's that black guy that means best for you. But ask yourself this question: how many big fucking fights have we had or we seen not happen because of Al Haymon? Let's just be real. Jaime Munguia, Jamal Charlo, right? Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence. You know, who you think was the reason for all these fights falling through? They just didn't happen. You know what I mean? And it was just like, okay, well, these fights are not happening, but why? Why aren't they happening? Because they don't have the money for it. They don't have the money for it because they're not proportioning their fighters out the way they should. They're not honestly providing the finances for their fighters. You know, and I don't understand why Floyd gets a pass to get all this money and his ass has been retired for the last 5 fucking years. But at the end of the day, you have fighters that you don't even have money for. That's just stupid. You know, people want to watch this fight. If you promote it, they will come. If you promote it, they will come. But if you don't have the money to promote it, that's your problem, not the fighter's problem. You know, so we're seeing, you know, ever since, I wouldn't say a mole, I would say an inside guy or a former inside guy. Fred from Barbershop Conversations was, you know, the LDBC. They were all for PBC. They were all for Al Haymon because Al Haymon was black. And the LDBC's credo is let's promote black fighters because black fighters are not being promoted the way they should by white promoters and white networks or white or that those mainstream YouTube channels. But what they really didn't know that a lot of these fights are not happening because Al Haymon doesn't want control. So it comes out of the hands of being a race thing versus it's being a power thing. It's a power issue, not a race issue. So they had it all wrong. They're just looking, hey, let's just make the money. Let's keep the money. And if we don't have the money, I don't want those guys going over to get other money because that I lose credibility, says Al Haymon. And then that what happens. You know, that what happens in the sport. So is Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner signing, you know, he's been with Al Haymon and he's been loyal with Al Haymon for a long time. Now, has he made some money with Al Haymon? I'm pretty sure he has, but when the well runs dry, what else will you do? What else can you do? You know, but move on. Go to another well with more water. And I think that's exactly what Adrian Broner did. So good for him. You guys tell me what you think of Adrian Broner signing with BLK Prime Boxing. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.